So I'm going to create a Boolean, which is either true or false, and I'm going to call it a flag. And the idea is, as long as the flag is true, we're going to keep looping through some code. And so I'm going to say while flag, and then let me just think about how I'm going to do this. While flag, and then we will see out, wrong direction, see out, shall I keep looping? And so what we've constructed here is when we have a while loop, the idea is that this loop is going to, the code is going to continue going through this, looping through this lines 13 through 17 over and over and over again until at some point whatever is in our parenthesis becomes false. So it's just like our decision structure where we looked and we said if whatever is in here is true, remember this has to be something that evaluates to true or false, then continue on until flag evaluates to false. And if we look at the code here, we're going to get what's called an infinite loop, because at no point in time, if I do this code over and over again, will flag ever be changed. In fact, I don't even have it set to anything at the moment. So let's set it to true, which means that the code will at least run once. When we get here, the code will say, yes, flag is true. Flag is equal to true. So I'm going to continue to do a cout over and over and over again until it's false. Well, nowhere in our code have we set this to false. So what I'm going to do right to start with is I'm going to set flag equal to false as soon as we run the code. So that means that this should only loop once. In other words, we're going to come into the while loop. The condition is going to be evaluated. Flag is true. We're going to cout once, and then flag is going to be set to false. The code will then read, nope, now flag is false, so it will exit out of the while loop and do whatever is here at the end after the loop is finished. So we'll add this so we know that this code is run once our loop is finished. All right, so let's run that and see what happens. So somewhere on my screen I should have there we go. Sorry, I don't know why I was like, where did it go? It just took a while to run. Okay, so if we look at the code that we have written, there is shall I keep looping, question mark, ran once. The code then got changed the false flag to false, so the while loop stopped running. And then we printed out the piece of code that was after the while loop, so after the open and close curly brace.